Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Brickgeneral here, back with another video, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing another video on Collegeboard. So, if you guys did see my video, it was from about 2 months ago, I believe. I made a video about Collegeboard and why I thought it was the worst company in education. This was prior to when any of the AP tests had happened or anything like that, but this was basically a video that I had been wanting to make for a while, because personally, guys, I just really don't like Collegeboard. They call themselves a non-profit, but they make hundreds of millions of dollars every year, and I basically talked about why I just don't like them as a company in general for the things that they do. I highlighted that in my video, and it didn't do too great. I believe it had like 50 views after I believe 50 days, and I was just like, alright, whatever, it was a failed attempt. I thought it might have piqued some interest, and then recently this week it's actually bumped up all the way to 800 views, and it's actually my second highest video for the past week. It has got about 300 views in the last 48 hours, so it is, I guess, getting a little bit more traction after the AP test. And guys, I want to make a little bit of a follow-up video talking about this lawsuit that's basically happening. So a bunch of students are basically getting together and suing the College Board for over $500 million, and this is mainly over the AP test glitches. Now, the suit's claims against the College Board include breach of contract, gross negligence, misrepresentation, and violations of the Americans with Disabilities Act. So basically, this mainly is around how, if you guys do not know, the AP exams recently happened in the past 2 weeks, and a lot of them, all of them actually, were administered online, and you had to submit them online either through like a picture or writing down your answers right through there. And basically, because so many people are taking the exam at the same time, obviously their servers couldn't handle thousands, hundreds and thousands of people submitting attachments at the same time, so clearly there were issues. They claim that only 1% of people basically stuff didn't work, but that still leads to thousands of students' attachments not going through. So people really pissed that their attachments weren't going through. I mean, personally, guys, I took 4 AP tests recently. I took AP Physics, which is the one I want to talk about most, because all the other ones I had to find, like, basically submitting experience. But for AP Physics, what happened was I took the first free response question, I destroyed it, I knew I did really well, turned it in like 6-7 minutes early, and you're basically supposed to leave the last 5 minutes to submit it, so I turned it in 2 or 3 minutes before that. That was the first question. Then there was a second question that worked fine. Second question was even easier. I know I absolutely bodied that. There was only 20 minutes for the question, and I was done with 10 minutes left. I'd already checked my work 3 times, so I basically went to submit. I was like, there's no reason for me to just sit here, and I have a video, guys. Basically what happened was I clicked on it, like the submit button, and a little underline came under the submit, which basically meant like I thought that meant it's processing, because usually when you look at links and they underline or something happens, it means something's going on. But I pressed it at least 200 times and nothing happened. I want to pull my hair out, because you guys have to think of my shoes. I thought I just aced this exam, like I just destroyed it, and it just wouldn't let me submit it. So I was just like, oh my god, what is going on? And then finally, with 1 minute, I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to refresh the page. They said not to refresh the page, but I'm like, you know, nothing's going on right now. So I refreshed it, and literally with 1 second left, I do not kid you at all, 1 second left, I got it submitted. So I barely got it in, but some people weren't as lucky. I saw a video on TikTok that had like 8 million views or something. It was like it was completely popping, of some guy who had the same problem. He didn't refresh the page, so I guess that was the issue. But still, like, they said not to refresh the page. So what I did was it probably shouldn't have worked anyway, but that's just crazy to think about, and I can't imagine what other people think as well. I still got mine in, and I literally want to pull my hair out. I was on the verge of being so pissed, and yeah, I honestly thought it didn't go in. So I can see where people are coming from, but I'm not sure how, like, this lawsuit's really going to go through, because although I agree that they should be able to go in, the College Board could easily just bring up that they didn't have to administer the test at all and they were doing us a favor. Now, this does make a little bit of sense, because honestly, I thought it was a little bit of a favor at the beginning, because if they didn't administer, this is my I'm currently a junior in high school, so this is like the main year I'm taking AP tests. Last year I took 2, this year I took 4, and next year I'm going to take 6, but most people take the most in junior year, and if people like me miss out on all that college credit, that is thousands of dollars down the drain. So I guess it makes sense that they want to administer it, which I was happy about, but at the same time, people felt like there should have been a little bit refunded because of what happened. So I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen. I don't think it's going to completely go through, because College Board has said they completely stand their ground. They do not think anything's going to happen, and they are completely not backing down from this at all. Now, the one thing the lawsuit wants to acquire is basically they want it to happen so if people that weren't able to submit, instead of having to restudy for a month and take a makeup in June, what they want them to happen is they can be able to submit basically their picture or whatever their work to College Board if it didn't work, as long as the timestamp on it says that it's from then. So let's say you have a picture taken during the timestamp of the AP Biology exam, and let's say your thing didn't go in, and you have your free response, you have a picture of it, and it says it was like during the time that you could submit it. Let's say the exam was 2 to 2:45. If your picture was taken at like 2:40 on that same day, then yes, you technically should have been able to submit it, judging is at least 5 minutes before. But the thing is, guys, the problem I see here, it's very easy to manipulate basically the tags of a photo and put it. Like, I am no computer like hacker or anything, but I can think of at least 5 or 6 ways that you could change it. Now, I'm not going to list them just because I won't, but there are several ways you can do that. Anybody who's even a little bit tech savvy could easily manipulate the date to be whatever they wanted. So I quickly see a problem with that, and I'm sure that should be pointed out, especially judging that College Board is going to lose $500 million if this all goes through. Now, guys, the other thing that's going on in this contract, or in this lawsuit, is that they believe that College Board is selling data to other people, which honestly makes sense. College Board makes way too much money. They're a non-profit organization. They're an education company. I just don't think an education company should be able to make that much profit, judging what they're basically based off. But it could be true that they're selling data. College Board makes you go through these elaborate surveys every time you basically want to sign up. Like when I sign up for my College Board account to do my stuff, they ask what nationality you are, how old you are, their email. That stuff is definitely being sold to universities and stuff like that to basically promote. Like, I put in my email, I get 5, 10 emails from some from like really good universities, some from just trash universities I've never heard of, just spamming my email, and I'm just like, I don't know if they're being sold there, but I'm not really sure. People are saying this is a breach of contract, but College Board is saying they're not selling their data, they're licensing their data, and they basically said selling is giving full rights to the data, or licensing is not, and I'm just like, okay, that just means you're not going to give full data, you're just giving parts of it, which honestly doesn't really make a difference. If you give parts of data to someone else and you give the other part to another person, it's like, it doesn't really make a difference. You're still giving away students' data, the minors' data, which I don't know. I'm not sure if they can actually like prove this, so I'm not really sure. I'm not too skeptical about that part, but the main part is about the AP submission. Now, guys, College Board is actually blaming the students for not being able to turn it in. Now, I could see this makes sense. They're basically saying your browser, like Google Chrome, whatever, is not updated, or you just weren't paying attention to what time to turn it in. Now, that could make sense. Like, I do understand if people are like turning it in with only 2 minutes left and they're mad that it didn't go in. Like, that's honestly kind of your fault, because you have 5 minutes. You should not be turning it in with 2 minutes left. They give you an extra 5 minutes. That time is not for you to work. That time is for you to submit it. So if you turn it in at that time, I guess it kind of is valid, but at the same time, I don't know what they really want. I'm not sure what this lawsuit is trying to gain. I don't think it's going to work, guys. I seriously don't think. College Board is way too rich, and the College Board is just way too rich, and I think they're just going to put up a fight. And as I said, everything that they're saying is circumstantial. And the main point that they have that they can't turn in, College Board could literally just go out, cancel every single test or something like that. They could just make a bold move like that and just screw everyone over. I just think this lawsuit is not a good idea, guys. I don't think it's going to work, and even if it does, guys, College Board is going to pull some stunt that is just going to screw everyone over. So I don't think it's personally beneficial to support it, but that's just my opinion. Now, as I said at the beginning, there is also a part with the violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Now, guys, this has to do with that College Board can't accommodate for basically kids at home. Let's say if you have like a learning disability like ADHD or something, they can't accommodate for that, and a lot of people are suing for that because they think like if their kids have special needs and stuff like that, they can't do that at home. And especially if some students have anxiety, then they can't do it there, and the shortened amount of time online, it just doesn't work for them. And I definitely see this, like, this makes sense. Like, I understand where they're coming from, like, they can't accommodate for that, but I don't see what College Board can really do about that, because if you think about it, the College Board can't really like provide a testing environment. The best thing I would say is that if you have like a disability like that, then you might as well just get a refund if you're not going to be able to do it like that. I mean, that's like a horrible thing to think about, but just like, honestly, I don't think this is like the one that I don't see as like the College Board's fault. I don't see how they could have accommodated for that. Like, obviously they could find a school or something like that, but I don't know what else they could do besides just giving a refund. I think that's the best thing they can do. I don't know what else the College Board could possibly do. I don't know if getting like $1 million is necessarily going to fix it. So Guys, hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want to see me talk about like Collegeboard and other companies like this at all, let me know in the comments below. Also, I'll link the video to my other Collegeboard video where I talk about like before the AP test what my opinion on it was. But guys, as I said, this lawsuit just doesn't really make sense to me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.